Hey guys, this is AT Bowie coming to you from Los Angeles, California. You can see how sunny and beautiful it is today. I thought I'd wake up early in order to get a nice shot for you guys. We're on the sun deck overlooking Westwood Village. You might hear some yelling over there. That's some people doing some maintenance on the building. So I just finished my first day at my new job, and it got me to thinking about how I started my career in the first place. So if you look in the background there, I intentionally chose this location. If you look at the red brick building there, that's where I used to do research in neuroscience, hoping to get a PhD one day and make my mom proud. And I remember I used to be surrounded by these fish that I was experimenting on. I would pit them in mano-a-mano battles against each other and then draw the hormone levels before and after, things like their testosterone, the cortisol, the antibody levels. Anyways, fascinating. That's kind of a story for another time if you guys are interested and love science like I do. But I realized one day when I found myself talking to the fish, especially this fish Joey that my friend and I had named, and I thought I was going crazy. And I think for some people, the whole experimental process and the analysis and the write-up, and they pretty much love the whole thing, and I think that's great. But for me personally, it wasn't for me, so I knew I didn't want to do this anymore. I remember I called my mom and I told her, I said, "Mom, I can't do another day of research." And I told her I want to write, not analytically, but creatively. And she said, "Well, what do you want to write about?" And I said, "Well, I don't know, but I know I don't want to be a scientist." And she said, "Great, then you could be a doctor, right?" And I said, "No, I don't want to be a doctor. I want to be a writer." She said, "Well, how are you going to support yourself?" "I'm certainly not going to support you." And I said, "Well, I'll support myself. I get a day job." And she said, "Well, you're not going to make very much money like that." And I said, "Well, that's fine. I don't care about money." "You don't care about money?" I said, "That's right. I don't care about money." And she said, "Well, you like nice clothes, don't you?" I said, "Well, yeah." And she said, "You like to travel?" I said, "I love to travel." She said, "Well, do you want a girlfriend?" I said, oh yeah, I want a girlfriend." She goes, "Well, you know what that takes, don't you?" And I was like, yeah, I guess so. She said, "Besides, when you're surrounded by people in financial poverty, not always, but you're more likely to be surrounded by people in mental poverty as well, people who don't want more for themselves." And she said, "You might get used to it, you might settle for it, you might like it." And I said, "No, I won't. I'm not going to settle. Everyone has to start somewhere, right? I'll just start at the bottom." And she said, "Well, why do you have to start at the bottom? Why don't you start in the middle? Instead of going to your job during the day and writing at night, why don't you continue your education? And when you figure out what you want to write about, go ahead and write it. But at least then you won't be struggling to pay rent, struggling to survive, struggling to overcome maybe my peer group that may not want me to continue to grow." And it made a lot of sense to me. So that week, because of my fascination for eyeballs, I decided to go to optometry school. So I went off to New York to go do that. And now I'm an eye doctor by day, and I'm a writer by night, and I love it. And I'm comfortable financially. Of course, I could be making more money, but I'm not struggling. So I never have to worry about selling out, writing about something I don't want to write about, talking about something I don't want to talk about. And it's all because I listened to my mom to start in the middle rather than to start at the bottom. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you liked my first video. I will be making more videos in the future, and hopefully they'll be a lot better than this. But in the meantime, please check out my blog at www.choosetotakethejourney.com. I think you'll like it, and I will talk to you later. Bye.